Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the live session of festive edition on VRIHM Aura. I am Mrs. Bhavna Verma, Faculty for Nutrition, Health and Safety Management, and today we are here to talk about what to eat and what not to eat during the festival season, and how to stay stress-free, and how to reduce the impact of festive eating after the festival season. Festive seasons are the time when you spend a lot of time with your family, where you celebrate the spirit of joy, love, and togetherness. And it is also our love of food and drinks that brings us together here. Uh, so we are here to discuss what we can do, because a lot of my students and colleagues keep asking me what can I eat during festival season, and what can I drink during festival season that will keep me healthy during and also after the festive season. So to understand this, I have students who keep asking me what can I do. So let us get one of my students here online today, Jennifer Roy, who is going to ask me a lot of these doubts that they have, how we can eat and what to. We are waiting for Jennifer to join. Let's see. Also, when you are eating a lot or drinking a lot during celebrations, you will see that there are a lot of differences in the energy. Hi, Jennifer.
Hi, ma'am.
Am I audible?
Yes, you're absolutely clear.
Okay. Jennifer, I was telling, we were talking about the spirit of Christmas and New Year, that it is a celebration time along with our family members, where we celebrate joy, love, togetherness, and we also come together because of our fondness for food and beverages. And it is the time where we spend time with families and eat these delicacies, and then we cherish these traditions that are age old. So you had so many questions that you want to ask. So today let's uh, uh, address these questions and queries that you guys had.
Yes, ma'am. So, in fact, even in my family, we've been discussing as to how we've all been, just binge eating since quarantine actually started, and we've all been actually trying to maintain a proper routine in life. And for us, especially as students with our assignments and all the celebrations that take place, balancing everything is a big challenge. For me, also, I've been trying to balance all my assignments. There's lack of sleep, there's a lot of stress with the assignment dates coming up. So, there are a few questions that we have for you. And also, I'm sure the viewers will be able to relate to the questions that I have. The first question is, ma'am, with all this stress for celebrating Christmas and New Year's, how can one balance their diet and physical exercise?
Okay, first and foremost, to be stress free, it is very important for us to be natural and minimalistic. And also, it is a time that we are spending a lot of time with the families. Let us take a break from technology so that we can go on a digital detox and spend a lot of time with family and friends. And also, during this time, we do a lot of mindless eating, which causes three major problems that we see during festival. First is acidity, headache, and then bloating. These are the three major concerns that I usually get from people, that during festival we face these problems. So let us enjoy the delicacies, but we should also think, avoid mindless eating. If you want to eat something, eat healthy and avoid unhealthy snacks, because unhealthy snacks will make you more stressed. So, lastly, enjoy your delicacies completely, and then avoid anything which is unhealthy.
Yes, ma'am. The next question for you, which I'm sure most of the viewers will be able to relate to, is how can one maintain a healthy diet during the festival season? As you said, we are all eating chocolates, cakes, fried food. How can one maintain a healthy diet but enjoy at the same time?
Okay, basically, there are so many things that you can do. I think this question will take a lot of time to answer, because there's so many things that we have to do. First thing is, first and foremost is, we have to be active with your family. So holidays is a time where everybody gets together and we want to relax. So what we do, we choose a very carefree and sedentary lifestyle. So during this carefree and sedentary lifestyle, we want to munch on what do you say? We munch on lot of snacks, and we also try watching movies while munching these snacks. So we are choosing an inactive lifestyle. So this inactive lifestyle and munching, continuous munching, will lead us to overeating, which will lead us to weight gain. So what you can do is be active with your family. Is first thing what you could do is take simple strolls with your family. मतलब आराम से go on a walk with your family in the evening. Now this kind of activity will help you burn those extra calories. So when you burn those extra calories, next day you are in a much better shape. Then you can avoid binge eating. When I say avoid binge eating, I mean when there is food in the house, it does not mean you just have to eat food. That okay? Just because there is food, you're eating. No, eat when you're hungry, and even when you're hungry, eat healthy things like fruits, vegetables, nuts, and seeds. Now go for such fruits and avoid added sugars, and also avoid unhealthy fats. So when you do this, you are avoiding binge eating. The second thing that I want to talk about is portion sizes. So I always keep telling you, even during your classes, that go for serving sizes and not for portion sizes. When you go for serving sizes, you know you're putting in right thought. Okay. Then what? Also, one more thing is, not everybody is sure what is one serving. So what you can do, rather than having big plates in the house, let's have small plates and be thoughtful about what you're eating. So when you do that, you are avoiding large meals and you're eating right quantities. Also, also one more thing that you can do is, if you are getting something from outside, read the labels on them, the nutritional labels given on the food items, and you can see the right serving sizes on them. So when you do that, you are again doing a mindful eating. Then practice peaceful eating. First and foremost, very important. During festival, we are multitasking. We are doing a lot of things. We are rushing things, and during this time, sitting and eating a meal becomes a distraction, or rather, uh, we are distracted while we are eating. So what we can do is uh, avoid things that cause distraction. First thing is watching TV or any kind of gadgets. Avoid any of these. There are many studies that say that when you are not putting your complete attention in what you're eating, for example, if you're watching TV or if you're on gadget, then what happens is your brain is unable to send those body fullness signals to your body. So you do not know when to stop eating. Okay. So it is always better to concentrate on the food. Keep your eyes, let the aroma, you get the aroma of the food. Keep your senses completely on the food. That is what is sending signals to your brain, and that is when your brain tells you to stop at the right time. So you need to have sufficient cognitive capacity for this. So for sufficient cognitive capacity, we need to avoid distractions. But there is one more study which states, when you are eating with your family, you are not distracted, and which is very good for your eating habits. So when you're during festival time, or also normally when you eat when you're sitting with everybody on a table, do not take your gadgets, do not sit in front of TV. That is very important. Then next thing would be get a lot of sleep. Very, very important, because your biological clock is completely dependent on your sleep. And I know many of my students have a very disturbed biological clock. So it is always better to sleep on time, because when you do not sleep on time, you get hungrier and you get consume more calories. And then next day when you get up, you are tired. And then okay, the lunch breakfast becomes either lunch, or it becomes something like brunch. And then you're so tired, then you also avoid exercising, you get lazy, and you even avoid exercise, so you exercise less. So sleep is restriction may increase your hunger hormone levels, which increases your higher calorie intake. Also, when you're not sleeping properly, you are stressed. So you also have to control your stress levels. For example, when you're stressed, there is a hormone called cortisol which is released, and now this hormone is released in response to stress. So what happens when there is higher levels of what do you say, cortisol? There is too much weight gain in it, and which is also linked with greater food intake. Okay, so sleep on time, binge less on food, and be less stressful. And these are the habits that you can keep away. And things that you do with your ingredients or with your food is have meals which are rich in protein and fiber. Because what happens is, no, when you consume protein, it keeps you full for a longer time, and it also helps you maintain weight. uh, Eating protein will also reduce the calorie intake, and also it will jumpstart your metabolism, and also it reduces the level of appetite releasing hormones. So those hormones which increase your appetite are reduced because of the presence of protein. So in a meal, you can include at least 25 to 30 grams of protein, so that you are not have that satiety feeling very soon, and you're full for a longer time. And then one more thing you can include is focus on a lot of fiber on your diet. So when you're focusing on fiber, like I tell you in my class also, focus on prebiotics. First thing is that they keep your probiotics healthy, and also prebiotics absorb a lot of water, and they swell and they bulk up. So when they bulk and they add again, they add bulk to your food, and also they keep you full for a longer time. You can have vegetables, fruits, legumes, whole grains, nuts and seeds. All these are your foods which are rich in fiber. Then during festival time, we have this thing called potluck, where you get the potluck and everybody gathers together. You get one dish, and everybody's bringing their own dishes, and you are celebrating together. What you could do is, this is one simple trick that you can do, is bring your own healthy dish. So at least somebody is we are somewhere aligning towards healthy eating. If not everybody, but somebody is doing it, so we are at least avoiding those many calories. Okay, and also limit your dessert intake. I know it is difficult to avoid desserts while we are what do you say, it is festival time and it is time for eating lot of desserts. There are two tricks when you can follow here. First thing is, just focus on your favorites. Let's not binge eat on everything. Just focus on your favorites and ditch the rest, because excessive sugar consumption also will cause weight gain. And the second trick is, when you are eating any dessert, savor it slowly. Eat it slowly, so that when you finish that, you're completely satisfied and less likely to overdo it. So eat slowly when it comes to your desserts. Then one more important thing is, you asked me what are the foods and habits that we can incorporate in our eating. So also limit your liquid calories. So be very careful with your liquid calories, like soda, alcohol. All these are calorie dense liquids. So let us avoid them, or be mindful about it again. So alcohol consumption can increase your weight to a greater extent. So we can limit them, and also you can limit the time when it is consumed. Then what you can also do is modify the recipes. Now there are so many ways in which you cook your food. So what we can do is, we can opt for cooking methods which will not increase the calorie content in your food. For example, replace baking. Baking is one good method. Under baking also, you can replace butter with applesauce, pumpkin puree, or mashed banana instead of sugars. And then you can also otherwise you can also use a low calorie sweetener like stevia. All these can be good habits or good practices in your cooking. Also, you use a lot of dry fruits instead of chocolate chips or candies on your desserts. And if you're using cooking methods, we can use baking, steaming, grilling instead of frying your food completely. Then you can also substitute your calorie rich ingredients with low calorie ingredients, like fat full milk with skim milk, or heavy cream should be again substituted with skim milk. Then also you can do is replace ingredients like cream, sour cream with mayo or Greek yogurt. Now mayo or Greek yogurt are also rich in probiotics. So when you do this, you are eating healthy. It is not only one way which you're avoiding extra calories, you're adding phytochemicals, probiotics to your food. So that is how you're making your food uh, very healthy. Then instead of using a lot of carbonated beverages in between meals, what you can do is you can use sparkling water or any kind of sweetened beverage, which, for example, flavored drinks with squeezed lemon in it with honey or something, cinnamon added to your holiday theme based, what do you say, beverages. Again, low fat milk with instead of heavy cream. And then one more thing you can do is avoid anything processed. Do not open any kind of packets as much as possible. Cook at home. Go for fresher ingredients. Go for ingredients which give you which are obtained from your local place, so they are more fresh. And also to prevent weight gain, you can also opt for whole foods, for example whole wheat, and then brown rice, something like that, all these. And then with all these things you can also plan your day ahead. You know that you're going to be having a big gathering at home where everybody is going to gather, and then you're going to cook this. So when you know you have to cook this and this, so you know what ingredients are you going to use. So rather than using unhealthy ingredients, let's plan ahead and use healthy ingredients. And also when you know that you're going to be eating on that day, keep make yourself such that have this kind of idea in your mind that you are going to be eating less, or you're going to be thoughtful about what you're eating from the beginning. So when you do that, that is when you avoid extra calories in your food. And lastly, skip the second and third serving. If there is a buffet which is spread in your house and everybody is serving themselves, then what we can do is limit the amounts. We can only take one serving, so that we are not going for multiple calories, because multiple helpings will increase your calories. So limit yourself to just one plate as much as possible.
All right, ma'am. We as students can be so careless when it comes to the whole holiday season, and with your tips, I'm sure we'll start improving the whole lifestyle that we live. All the viewers are also requested to post comments and questions on the chat area, and Bhavna ma'am will try to uh, answer all of them at the end of the session, keeping in mind the time crunch that we have. Ma'am, the third question for you is, do you think it is smart for people to skip meals when like when we are at home, we tend to eat heavy lunches and dinners. So do you think it is smart to skip a meal just so that we can balance our calorie intake?
See, skipping meal will reduce your calorie intake, but only for that particular hour. But what will happen in the next meal? You will feel more hungry, and then you will also go for more calories, because obviously you will have to satisfy your hunger at the end of the day. So the next meal you will be eating a lot. So rather be mindful of what you're eating. Don't skip meals, because you know what also happens is, like I keep talking about this biological clock, which is also associated with your metabolism. So when you skip meals, your metabolism is disrupted, and then empty stomach, your blood sugar takes a dive completely. And also then what happens is you feel there is no supply of nutrients that is also needed. So you feel this tiredness, and you feel miserable all the time, so you won't be able to enjoy the festivals. So rather than skipping the meals, be mindful of what you're eating. Also you must remember this thing called ketone bodies. I hope you remember
Yes.
from your first class, where I keep on talking, when you're fasting and starving, ketone bodies are released in your system, which can lead to a condition called ketosis. So which is because of the breakdown of fat, because there are no carbohydrates in your system. So let's completely avoid skipping any kind of meal. Eat right quantities. If you can't, if you think that 4 meals is too much, then you can do a 5 meal or 6 meal thing for you. But eat small quantities, so that you are not putting on a lot of calories at a time in your plate. Also, the faster you lose weight, the faster you will gain weight. So if you're eating a balanced diet, you might lose weight slowly because of you can add things like lean proteins, unprocessed carbs, and good fats in your diet. Now what all these does is will help you reduce your weight slowly, but also will keep you fit for a longer time. But you also have to be very careful when you are eating normally. Also, one thing always keep in mind: to reduce weight you will have to exercise is a must.
Yes, ma'am.
So that was the last thing about the previous question.
All right, ma'am. Ma'am, as students, would you suggest a few foods and beverages that we should avoid during the festive season?
Like I already told you that anything processed, let's not open packets during festival time. Let's make everything from the scratch. Go to market, buy healthy ingredients early in the market, take a stroll in the market, get sufficient amount of vitamin D, and come back home and use those fresh ingredients to cook your food. Because anything processed will have additives, preservatives in them, and those are in the long run not good for your body. Some of those additives and preservatives also have side effects, so let's avoid processed food as much as we can. Next thing is alcoholic beverages. There is a time, like I told you, there is a time at which they have to be consumed. You should always drink while you're having food, so that not before or after having food, because when you do that you tend to uh, indulge yourself more into drinking. So what happens is it will cause a lot of bloating, acidity, and headache next day. So rather than, let's be careful of what we are drinking and also the time at which we are drinking. So this is how you can these are the things that you can avoid consuming during festive seasons.
All right, ma'am. Ma'am, as students, after a long night of celebration, how can we go back to our normal routine of, work, online classes and assignments and everything?
uh, See, there are so many questions I get, ki how to keep yourself active, and how to recognize that we are fit. The first sign of the aftermath that you will notice after the next day is puffiness on your face and swelling on your hands and skin. That is because your body is dehydrated completely. So to avoid that, what you could do is hydrate yourself. For hydrating, drink lots of warm water in the morning. First thing, that is what you can do. Also add just squeeze lemon in it, so that also the toxins which are left in your present in your body are flushed out completely. Like I told, eat before or while drinking. A very manage the time perfectly of drinking, and also drink slowly, because when you drink slowly you're mindful about it. Like how I told you, for desserts, cherish each and every bite or each and every sip. When you do that, you're mindful of what you're eating and drinking, and that slows down your pace to a greater extent, and you will not add those extra calories.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, I can even see a few questions about the same thing that I'm asking. We struggle to get back into shape and, get the proper slim fit figure that we want. And how can one achieve that after the whole celebration has ended?
First and foremost thing that you could do is, Jennifer, is include warm water as soon as you get up early in the morning. What we can do is completely have a glass full of warm water, and again some a cinnamon, a little bit of cinnamon powder, or you can also add a lemon juice in it or something like that, will help you rehydrate. It will soothe your throat, and also it will boost your metabolism, and it will jump start your metabolism completely, and also flush the toxins out of your system. Second thing what you could do is stay away from chocolates completely, because continuously eating chocolates, you've done, the festive season is done, now we have to be back in shape. So let's for rather than drinking a hot aromatic chocolate drink during winters, let's have something like a turmeric milk, black pepper milk, or saffron milk, which will keep you warm also, and which will add those right phytochemicals and nutraceuticals to your body. So when also the antioxidants. Now, when you add these things in your diet, then you are healthy. And when you get back to work or college to your work, uh, uh, you are fit and you have the that needed much needed energy, then like I told, after your festivities are over, keep that alcohol bottle inside, detox completely. Go for right choices of food. For example, avoid anything sugary, uh, anything which has a lot of fat content in it, or avoid all those things. One more thing that you could do is, last but not the least, eat earlier in the day. Finish your dinner around 7 o'clock, because you know what happens, we have this erratic meal timings during festival. So people who are looking forward to losing weight, what they can do is start your day early, have your breakfast around 7 8, then lunch around 12, then again there is something called around 4 o'clock 5 o'clock there is a snack or something, and then again have your dinner around 7 o'clock. What happens when you do this, when you start going back into routine, your body also goes back to its biological cycle, and then if your metabolism is at its peak. And if you feel hungry after 7 p.m., and if you are staying late, don't binge on sugars and fats like I told. You can have a handful of almonds or a glass of milk, and it is also cold outside, so what you could do is go for some low calorie soup. You can be smart in what you're eating and what you're serving to others also. So this is how you can do. Also, you can opt for stock upon lot of fruits and vegetables in your kitchen, because you know these are low calorie ingredients, so they will not increase your weight that drastically, and also give you right amount of vitamins and minerals. And also the pigments which are present in your vegetables, for example carotenes, chlorophyll, and then you have curcumin. All these things, these are wonderful antioxidants, so they will also fight any kind of illness in your body, and also give you that much needed immune boosting after the festival is done. And also, lastly, but most important thing is, be realistic, have realistic goals about losing weight. Okay, once you do that, then you know how to go about it.
All right, ma'am. Ma'am, the last question for you today is, would you suggest people to work out in the morning, or should they work out in the evening once they have the time to do so? Would you suggest morning workout or evening workout for students?
Always morning, because it helps. First thing foremost is, when you work out in the morning, uh, the there are many studies done on this which suggest that when you work out in the morning, the fat burning percentage is more than what it is in the evening. Also, when you work out in the morning, you're going to be working throughout the day, you feel fresh, it is jump starting your metabolism for all the coming meals. So that means when you work out in the morning, your breakfast is digested at much better rate. Similarly, when it your lunch and your snack and dinner, and you have good energy levels throughout the day. And what happens when you come home late in the evening and you're tired after a day full of work, then you're like, "Ach, let's avoid workout today," and you become lazy and you just completely neglect your workout. So rather than doing that, or also when if you are working out in the evening, what you also tend to do is avoid or cut short on some of the exercises. So it is always better to work out in the morning. One of the most important things that is noted during working out in the morning is, for example, if you're going for a walk or a jog early in the morning, it helps you absorb that extra vitamin D which is needed. We Indians are deficient in vitamin D a lot, especially vegetarians. When it comes to vegetarians, so it is always good to go for a walk in the morning, or go for a jog in the morning, so that all the cholesterol, not all, but some, like I have taught you that cholesterol is converted to vitamin D in presence of sunlight. So that cholesterol is also absorbed, and also you get that vitamin D which is much needed for your calcium absorption in your bones.
So, ma'am, we'll all stick to morning workout then. Thank
Definitely.
you so much, ma'am. This session was very, very helpful for us, for our parents as well, who've been trying to get into shape and be healthy. And I can now have a good time with my family this Christmas and do all of this being guilty free and without being energetic at the same time. Ma'am, there are a few
Yes.
questions from our viewers. The first one
Okay.
is from Amrita. She's asking
Okay.
if we'd use local ingredients in the food that we are consuming.
Definitely, because when you eat local food, you are getting fresher food, fresh from the farms, and also at times they are organic in nature because these small farms do not go for higher amount of pesticides, insecticides, and all of that. Also, it reduces the transportation all cost, and you get food at a cheaper rate, and also it reduces the carbon footprint. So when you go for local, you help your local community farmers, and you think about the environment and the global and about global warming, think about the world and everything. Even even if you're doing this small little action, you're contributing towards your environment by doing so.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, Smita ma'am has asked us the question, how does one maintain their figure without feeling the urge to diet or exercise? How can one maintain a figure without diet and exercise?
I think that is not possible. I would not recommend dieting, but some kind of physical activity would be needed. You cannot sit as long as it is in your genes. You will have to work out. Some people are blessed with that kind of genes that they keep on eating, they binge eat, and they do not put on weight. But not all of us are lucky, so we will have to work out to a certain extent. No, not going on any kind of diets, no keto, no intermittent diets, nothing. Just eat your normal food, enjoy your food completely, avoid any kind of gadgets, do all this, and exercise. Be it anything, go for a walk, jog, swim, dance, whatever you want, whatever you feel is good for your body, which you enjoy, you incorporate in your daily physical activity.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, Vinay Verma has asked a question. Uh, can you suggest a lifestyle change for weight gain? Like, is there a sort of lifestyle that one can adopt to reduce weight gain?
The best thing, yes, the best thing is like I keep telling, let your biological clock be active. So you have to be active throughout the day. Get up early on time, first and foremost. Sleep on time. When you do all this, your metabolism is at its peak. So it is not. It is same thing if you have to gain weight also. If you're eating right kind of ingredients, then your nutrients are not going waste, because there's if you don't have a good biological clock, then your body is not able to hold on those ingredients, nutrients also. For example, water soluble vitamins, you need to provide them every day, but if the metabolism is not right, then they are not stored in your system. Same thing with fat.
Yes, ma'am.
If you're not metabolizing properly, if you're not active, then you don't feel hungry. So everything is interrelated.
All right, ma'am.
Keep your metabolism high. Yeah,
Yes, ma'am. So basically, you're trying,
keep your metabolism high. And yeah, Jennifer,
ma'am. So
go ahead, Jennifer.
yes, ma'am. So some people are also trying to adopt like a vegan diet, a plant-based diet to reduce their weight. So do you think you would suggest that for them as well, a good plant-based diet for a few days?
uh, they can go for veganism, but Jennifer, they have to be extra careful while what they're eating, because when you are missing out on certain ingredients from your diet, you might miss out on certain nutrients also.
Correct.
So if you are going vegan, you're avoiding milk, you're avoiding paneer, or if you're avoiding meats, then you should be careful about the protein of your diet.
All right,
You
ma'am.
should be careful that you are getting right protein intake. Then you will have to incorporate more proteins in protein rich foods. Then what you can do is go for a lot of legumes, lot of chanas, and then go for something like soy based products and all of that.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, last question from Vishal. What is the right how can one substitute the protein powder in their diet? Do you think there's a substitute for protein powder that most boys
you
consume?
know yeah, I never recommend protein powder, because we have such wonderful legumes and pulses around us, and we have meat products, and we have milk, and we have soya. When we take them in right quantities, like I keep telling them. And then there are seeds. Then there is we have things like sunflower seeds, we have pumpkin seeds. All these are high in protein. Anything and everything is rich in protein because protein is the base of living. Okay, everything is made up of protein. Be it your hormones, enzymes, your foods, everything is made up of protein. So every food has protein. Some might have them in high quantities and some in low quantities. So let us be mindful. Avoid protein powders completely. Go for foods that are rich in protein. And you don't have to go anywhere looking for, oh, where will, who will guide me. You have technology, you have internet. They give you right amounts of protein per 100 grams. So when you know that, you can easily incorporate a lot of what do you say, you can incorporate sprouts. Then you can have nuts are very good source of protein. Then there are meats, lean meats, which are very good sources of protein. When we do all this, we get sufficient amount of protein to get that good body.
All right, ma'am. With that, we'd end the questions and everything. Thank you so much,
Yes.
ma'am. It's my pleasure to be here with you, and I hope to get to see you soon on campus.
Sure, sure. We are also hoping that we see you all soon on campus. Thank you, Jennifer. It has been a nice interactive session. I hope today I was able to address all your concerns regarding festival eating and also how to stay healthy after holidays. Uh, Hope if you are not able to use all of these, but at least use some of it, then also it will help you be healthy after the festival season. So happy holidays, everyone. May God give you good health and keep you fit for the next year. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas, ma'am. Happy New Year. Take care.
Merry Christmas. Take care.